What's going on, guys? Dave from Wake Up It's Football, bringing you guys a Super Bowl edition of the Red Zone Blitz. And of course, alongside me, you got Ezra from Idiot Sports Talk.
Welcome everyone. It's been a while, but look at my bowl. It's not very super, but it's the biggest bowl I have in my house.
All right. Well, obviously we're here to talk about the Ravens and the 49ers, but before we get to that, Ezra, when you're going to sit down and watch the Super Bowl, what's going to be your little snack that you're going to prepare for the game?
The snack that I'm going to be munching on, oh man. Whew. To be honest, since I'm not in my old, back a couple years ago, I was 40 pounds heavier. So back in the day, it would be some Chinese food, some buffalo wings. That's always the go-to is buffalo wings. Spicy, all right? Maybe a little bit of mild, some garlic for the ladies or something, but I like my wings spicy and some barbecue. Different flavors of buffalo wings is always the go-to. This weekend, maybe I might order some Subway sandwiches and some buffalo wings because you gotta have the buffalo wings with your healthy side. So that'll probably be my go-to. But you're not getting away because, David, before we started this video, I was eating cheesy bread and I said to my roommate, "Where's the marinara sauce?" You said, "No, I don't like marinara sauce." David, cheesy bread, marinara sauce. I'm team marinara sauce.
Yeah, I'm not, but it's all good. It's all good. And you kind of took my answer. I'd probably go with wings as well for my snack. But anyway, let's get to talking about football. You got the 49ers, you got the Ravens down in New Orleans in the Superdome. And obviously we're going to make our picks, and we're going to elaborate a little bit on it. So I'm going to start with you, Ezra. Between the two teams, who do you favor and why?
Who do I favor? Oh, man. I shouldn't favor anybody because if you've been following my picks, I picked against the 49ers every game this postseason. I picked every game against the Ravens in this postseason. I guess I wasn't very strong believers in either of these teams, but they've been playing the best defense out of these playoffs, and it's a little surprising to me, and especially on the Baltimore side, because during the regular season, they were hit with injuries, and they just wasn't playing to their usual self. But in these playoffs, their pass rush has been amazing, especially Paul Kruger. And the 49ers, they've been consistent with their defense all year round, so I'm not really surprised with them. Kaepernick has come alive. That offense has come alive with the wide receiver. Oh, man, I can't believe Crabtree. Crabtree, yes. Yeah. Yep. And the running game has been better as of late. But as favorites, I'm going to go with the 49ers because I believe their defense has been consistent all year long. They're younger. They're as physical as the Ravens. And I really like their running game. So I has the 49ers as my favorite right now.
And I picked against the Ravens as well all off-season long, or postseason long. I picked against them when they played the Colts, when they played the Broncos, and when they played the Patriots. And I told everyone that if they beat the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, I'm going to pick the Ravens as my Super Bowl for my Super Bowl pick, and that's what I'm going to do. You've got Joe Flacco, who's emerging as that quarterback who's backing up what he said earlier in the season as he thinks he's the best quarterback in the league or one of the best in the league, and everyone started to point and laugh. Well, you got Joe Flacco, who's got 8 touchdowns and 0 interceptions right now in the postseason. He's not making any mistakes, and when you have a quarterback that's doing that, he's not putting his team in harm's way. When you turn the ball over, you're allowing the other team to turn around, gain the momentum, and score points. Joe Flacco's not doing that. In the last few games, the offense, or I should say in the last 3 games in the postseason, they've had 439 yards on offense, 479 yards, and 356 against the Patriots. That shows you that they are getting the job done. So I like what they've been able to do on the offensive side of the ball, but as well as on the defensive side. You've got Ray Lewis. Obviously, everyone knows his story. He's leading his teams, or the entire team, all the teams that have played in the playoffs in tackles, not just his team. You got Terrell Suggs back. They brought him back after that Achilles injury, and you look at this team, man. All around, they're getting the job done, and that's why I'm going to pick the Ravens. And for whatever reason, I'm going to put this out there. I just have a feeling they're going to stop Kaepernick if they try to run. If Kaepernick is going to go do his little, magical, I'm not going to hand the ball off, but I'm going to go by myself. I have a feeling they're going to stop that. But that's just me. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
Well, on a personal side, I'm going to be cheering for the Ravens, not because of Ray Lewis, because I really don't care about his story and his retirement. That crime, every retires in football. It really doesn't bother me. I'm just an AFC guy because I'm a Jets fan, so I'm going to just cheer for the AFC team. And 49er fans are a little like Yankee fans, a little too much when they start winning, so take it easy. And I'm a Yankees fan, so I know how it is. But I really don't care who wins this game. But I'm going to go with the 49ers. I'm going to pick them because maybe I'm jinxing the the 49ers. Every team that I go against the Ravens wins, but the same thing with 49ers. So it's going to be maybe a tied game. But you're talking about Kaepernick. Last game, they took his legs away. The Falcons did. And he still was like a game manager. He had some big plays. He converted on third downs. So Kaepernick is more than just legs on this team. And when they need to go to their running game, Frank Gore, James, they've been getting the job done. They've been pounding the ball. Their offensive line has been fantastic these playoffs. And I just believe in the 49ers right now. I just think they're younger, as physical, once again, as the Ravens. They're on offense, I believe they're faster too. And Vernon Davis, but last week he had a big game, a big third quarter. He's been the X factor for this team when he needs to be. And I don't think the Ravens have a linebacker, even though how great Ray Lewis is, has the speed to keep up with Vernon Davis. And I think he'll be the X factor in this game.
They showed on ESPN when Kaepernick got the start for the 49ers up until the playoffs, Vernon Davis hadn't done anything. And he's really come on in the playoffs, especially against the Falcons. And I'm going to agree with you with Kaepernick. He can get the job done in the air. If you take away the read option, he can still throw the ball. I mean, he can actually throw the ball better than most quarterbacks in the league. And if you don't believe me, look at the statistics. But what I'm trying to say is, if the 49ers are going to game plan against the Ravens to where they think they can get the read option to work and it doesn't work, and then they have to resort to their pass game, if the Ravens can disrupt the game plan for the 49ers defensively, or for the 49ers offensively, I'm gonna give the edge to the Ravens, and that's another reason why I'm gonna go with the Ravens. So overall, I'm a Ravens fan for the Super Bowl, and it's gonna be more of an exciting one for this reason. You don't have Ben Roethlisberger, you don't have Peyton Manning, and you don't have Tom Brady on the AFC side for the first time since I believe 2002. So you got Joe
10
Flacco.
years.
Yep.
10 years.
You got Joe Flacco, finally a different face for the AFC to watch in the Super Bowl. So,
speaking about the Ravens and the type of quarterbacks, like these running, gunning quarterbacks, they face Michael Vick in week 2. I know this is a different defense from the regular season, and especially week 2, but they faced Michael Vick. He had over 400 combined yards in that game. Granted, he didn't run for a whole lot. Yeah, I think he only ran for like 30 or 40-something yards in that game versus the Ravens. He threw for 371. But I think the Ravens know how to contain running quarterbacks, but their game plan leaves their passing defense exposed. So I think that might happen in this game. And the same thing they faced, I think week 16, they faced RG3. In the first 3 quarters of that game, he was killing them also through the air. He only had 34 yards rushing in that game. And they were both losses for the Ravens. So I don't know if running quarterbacks are the kryptonite for the Ravens, but it seems like that this year. And I think Kaepernick will make it 3 for 3 versus the Ravens. And another thing is, I think the 49ers defense can contain Ray Rice, who's been big in big moments these playoffs. He's had some big games. Versus the Colts, he's had a 47-yard reception catch, which it was a critical moment in the game. Then versus the Broncos, he had a 32-yard rushing attempt in that game. It's just he's been coming up big, and I think the 49ers can contain Ray Rice in these big moments. So I think he's been that momentum difference for the Ravens, and I think the 49ers will take that away.
And I mean, the last thing I think I want to hit on before we head out here is it doesn't have anything to do with players playing on the field, but it's a little bit of an edge for the Ravens in the way that I see it is where the Ravens have a little bit more experience in the playoffs. I believe they made the playoffs the last 5 years in a row. The Niners have only been in there twice. And the Ravens have been in the AFC Championship for 2 years in a row. Granted, I know the Niners have as well. I just feel like this team might be a little bit more geared for the playoffs, better than the Niners are. And their veteran leadership, especially on the defensive side of the ball, where you got Ray Lewis, you have Suggs, you have Ed Reed, to coach these guys up, some of the younger players on the team, to tell them, hey, we're in the Super Bowl. Yeah, New Orleans, you have the whole nightlife around there because the hotels they're staying at are in the middle of everything. Coach these guys, tell them, hey, it's a business trip. We're here for the Super Bowl, and after the Super Bowl, you guys can do whatever you want. So, with that being said, I think the Ravens have a little bit more of an advantage in that factor, but that's just me. I know it has nothing to do with them playing on the field, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, remember, hey, God is on Ray Lewis's side, so I don't know. It might be over now. It's already wrapped up. It's already in the plan, right, Ray Lewis?
We'll see.
God's got you winning the Super Bowl.
We'll see. We'll see. Ray Lewis is that storyline right now, and today it came out with his whole he took an illegal substance or whatever, but I'm going to put that aside. Different story for a different day. But yeah, I got the Ravens. Ezra has the 49ers. Throw your comments down below on who you have winning, what the score is, what your comments are, who's right, who's wrong, and what your favorite snack is for the Super Bowl.
Team Marinara, rise up. Tell David, forget about ketchup when it comes to cheesy bread.
I never said ketchup and cheesy bread. I said if it was mozzarella sticks, maybe ketchup. Cheesy bread, no.
Marinara. Let them know in the comment box.
Yeah. All right, anyway, let us know. But that's all we got for you guys for the Super Bowl edition. We're out.
Super Bowl.